I've made dua for a very specific kind of Muslim to find this video, and I'll tell you who that type of Muslim was and why that might be you. But I want to first tell a bit of a personal story, and I'm going to be honest, I really didn't want to say this online. I didn't want to put this on social media or YouTube, but I think it's really important for this video, so I'll kind of make that sacrifice, I guess. But probably like 4 months ago, like I found out that my mom was very ill, and she didn't like look sick, but it was kind of like just like a thing, right? I won't go into much detail, but I found out that she was ill, and it was kind of like a kind of a punch in your face, maybe like I do a little bit of Muay Thai and stuff, so like if you get kicked right in the stomach or something like straight in the thing, it just like you lose your breath, whatever. And it felt like that. I kind of got this bad news, and I remember I was literally here because I saw it in her emails. I was literally here on my desk, and I got that news, and I was like, "Oh, whoa, damn!" And at this time, I had basically left my job and everything because I was working on my online business, and it was doing pretty good, alhamdulillah. But a few months had gone by, and we hadn't really grown a lot. And I was like, oh damn, like she's not gonna really be able to go to work. Like I need to retire her. I need to actually take care of her. And just the idea of losing a parent really hit me, or like losing a loved one, and death really came at me. And being like a 21-year-old, like, yeah, guys, I'm chilling. That whole idea really came into me like, damn, bro, like my parents aren't gonna be here forever. I'm not gonna be here forever. And I started to really work harder on my business because at the time I had gotten a lot more complacent. I wasn't really focused or disciplined on it. So I sat down. I was like, okay, let's actually make this work. Let's do more. Let's learn more. Whatever. I remember I even invested like 10K into this mentorship to get to the next level. And alhamdulillah, like I think a month or two after, the business did like 18K in revenue. Alhamdulillah, like I'm grateful for that. But I want to basically, the message I want to give you is that you might have a lot of ambition. You might have this desire to, where you just feel like you're destined for more. Because I know a year ago, 2 years ago, I was reading all these books and I wanted to like do something with my life. I would even talk about business a lot, but I didn't know what to do. And the reason I wanted to even get into business was so I could have more money, so I could take care of my mom, so I could take care of my parents, so I could take care of my future wife, so she doesn't have to work a job and take orders from another man. I had all of this desire inside of me. And honestly, I didn't even know like what this desire was, what I wanted, but I felt like I was destined for more. I had this ambition, but I really didn't do anything with it because one, I was distracted from social media, all these things. But secondly, I didn't know what to do or how to do it. And and you might be watching this video and you might just feel like you're destined for more. You want to really go achieve these big goals you have. And I want you to understand these goals, these desires are a gift from Allah, and you're supposed to act out on them. Your desire to retire your parents, your desire to have a business or just have money to be rich so your wife can also be retired. She doesn't have to work a job. Maybe you can be retired so you don't have to work a job. All this stuff, that desire is all a gift. And it is your job, it is your duty as a Muslim on this planet to actually work, execute, and act out that desire. Obviously, if that desire was something negative, then like you should control it. But obviously, you getting rich for the right reasons. And I don't even want to say rich, but like just having that freedom, like just being able to take care of yourself, take care of your family, you should be able to execute and act out on that desire and be dedicating yourself to work on that. That's number one. You need to not feel bad for being different than other people who just want to like, oh yeah, like I remember this, right? Like I remember I was probably like 16, 17 and I had this in my mind like, oh, I want to really take care of my family. I want to get rich as hell. I want to do all this stuff. I had this desire inside of me. But I was like, I remember I was with one of my friends in school and he was like, yeah, bro, I can't wait to get a job or something like that. It was just like the most like opposite of what I wanted. And I didn't say anything at the time. But the back of my mind, I thought like, no, that's not what I want. I want more. And it wasn't really even for a materialistic reason. Maybe it was at the time, but it wasn't for anything crazy. But I knew I wanted more, and you will feel the same. And I want you to know that you need to dedicate and work towards basically achieving everything you want to achieve. You need to sit down, be less distracted, be less lazy, and just work harder, just execute, but also learn more. It's not necessarily about working hard, but it's about learning the right things, putting yourself in the right place. And secondly, embracing the bad. You know, there's a verse in the Quran, I believe it goes like, perhaps like you dislike a thing, you don't like something that happens or something that is with you, but it's actually good for you. And perhaps you love a thing that is actually bad for you, and like Allah knows best. And like for example, like my mom getting ill, right? It was obviously like a bad thing, but at the same time, I was able to use, alhamdulillah, through the will of Allah, use that negativity in a positive, in a good way. And it can be the same for you. There are perhaps bad things going on in your life right now, which you can put into a positive way. You can transform that negative energy, that negative thing, and use it the right way. And those are the key things I wanted to get across, because those are the key things I would tell my younger self. And that's kind of the type of person I made dua to find this video. The younger me that wanted to achieve these things, he desired these things, he was ambitious, but he just kind of didn't know what to do with it. He kind of felt bad for it because he was a bit different than everyone else. Not to say in like a geeky way, like, oh, I was different than everyone. Oh, shut up, bro. But like, I was just like, I had different goals, whatever. And number two, embrace the kind of bad stuff happening in your life right now, the negativity, whatever it might be, because it might be good for you. It might be there to test you, to make you stronger, to get you to the next level. I can almost guarantee it's there to test you, to see if you're going to turn back to Allah or whatever. But if you're going to actually use it to level up, if you're going to use it to become a better Muslim, I hope this yap was valuable for you. Assalamu alaikum.